Yo guys, welcome back. So I thought I would make a pretty interesting video. This is kind of a geography topic, and I wanted to basically make a video just reviewing, the map of the world and countries that have like strange borders or exclaves. I find this to be pretty interesting, so I wanted to make a topic about this, considering the fact I'm really obsessed with geography. And I can name every country in the whole world. Like, literally, I know every country in the world. So I can name all of them. But yeah, but let's do that. So I'll just basically find some either locations or borders that I find interesting myself. And yeah, so it should be fun. So I do apologize, guys. I don't have like the option to get rid of this since I'm recording horizontally. This only goes away if it's vertical. But I hope it doesn't really bother you guys. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so let's take a look at some strange borders. So this kind of like, stood out to me. This is a pretty weird border. So I never knew this, but Canada and Denmark technically share a border, and because Greenland, right? Greenland is, it belongs to Denmark. It's owned by Denmark, so Greenland is the kingdom of Denmark. So Greenland is not a country, it belongs to Denmark. And if you look here where the Baffin Bay is, this is really weird. If you go, for example, right here, there's a really tiny island, right? And if you zoom in, look, like half of it belongs to Canada, or even like a little bit less. And then the other half belongs to Greenland. So wouldn't there technically be a border between Canada and Denmark? But I don't know. And let's switch to, for example, satellite view. And yeah, I mean, there seems to not really be anything on here. It's kind of a strange island. There's absolutely nothing here. There's no houses, there's no roads. It's just a really tiny island right over here. So yeah. I'll switch to default. Well, yeah, so I find that to be pretty strange, but it's not recognized. Nobody actually confirmed that Canada and Denmark border each other. But yeah. Another thing about the United States, I mean, there's no strange borders with the United States. I mean, the Mexican border is okay, or the Canadian border. However, the United States owns a lot of, like, land, but they're not states. That's the thing. Like, for example, Puerto Rico, it's like, it's owned by the United States, but it's not a state itself, Yeah, like there's like San Juan. Or for example, way down in Polynesia, there's actually American islands in this area somewhere. I'll just try to find it. There's Samoa. So Samoa is a country, right? But then over here, there's the American Samoa, and that's actually part of the United States. Although it seems like they have like their own type of language here. This is the American Samoa. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's a beautiful place, you can see. But it's not a state, it's not a state. Yeah, the United States seems to own a lot of, like, places that are, like, not states. Like, same with over here. There's a lot of islands in this area, like, close to the Caribbean. And, like, yeah, there's places that just belong to random countries, that are actually far from those countries. Like, for example, there's the British Virgin Islands. And this is the UK. Like, if you actually go here, this is the UK. You're in the United Kingdom. Even though the UK itself is, like, way down here. But, like, there's a lot of British colonies. And, let's see, like, for example, there's the US. See, these are the US Virgin Islands. And this is also part of the US. This is the United States. And yet this is not, like, this is not a state or anything like that. But yeah, there's, like, some islands that, like, belong to America, for example. But they're, like, not actual, like, states. Well, yeah, there's a lot of interesting places. Like, for example, Guatemala, it's Spanish speaking, but then if you go to Belize, it's like fully English speaking. You could see the names here. Look, Armenia. That's wow, Armenia, Ontario Village. But yeah, but like this is like a British colony. I mean, it's not the UK, obviously. Belize is a country, but like it just has like, British influence. What about Mexico? I don't really know if Mexico really has anything. Uh, Keep in mind, Baja California, it's not part of California. It never was. But yeah, Puerto Cortes. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting places. I've actually been to this city, Puerto Vallarta, in Mexico. And yeah, it's a nice place. Really good food. Very beautiful girls here. I like Mexican girls. They're my favorite women. But yeah, but another interesting thing, if you go down to like the lower part of the Caribbean, there's actually Dutch islands, which is cool. I think it's like really close to where Trinidad is. There's actually like Dutch islands, which is really interesting. Like for example, Curacao, this is actually a Dutch island. It's a Caribbean island, but it's a Dutch colony. So the Dutch people actually like went here, which is cool. There's also Aruba over here. But yeah, it's interesting. So there's countries that like own other land, but it's like really far away. Or like for example in South America, right? Where like Brazil is and like up north close to Venezuela. There's like the French Guyana, and this is a part of France. Like if you actually go here, this is France. So it's really interesting. I'm not gonna like show you every location, but like I know the Atlantic Ocean, there's Barbados somewhere in this area. I just don't see it for some reason. No, not Barbados, I'm sorry. Bermuda, yeah, Bermuda. And this is also the UK. But yeah, there's a lot of like really interesting places. There's like way down here in like South America, kind of like not far from Antarctica and like kind of off the coast of Argentina. Yeah, there's like these islands here, and like they're also like belonging to like, other countries too. Although I've never heard of like what this island belongs to in particular. I'm pretty sure this is the UK though. Yeah, British Overseas Territory. But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, guys, so now onto the border, disputes and stuff like that, and border exclaves that I find really weird. So, there seems to be some in Europe, which I find kind of weird. Like, for example, let's take a look here. Yeah, like, this doesn't make sense. Like, where Belgium is, Belgium seems to have, like, a lot of borders, like, its own exclaves in the Netherlands. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, so this is the Dutch and Belgian border, right? And it's a normal border, right? Nothing really is happening strange. But then when you go over here, like, this does not make any sense. Like, look at this. This is Belgium, and then if you go here, you're in the Netherlands. But there's, like, Belgian territory inside the Netherlands, and there's multiple of these. There's this one. There's, like, this one. This is Belgian land in the Netherlands, but there seems to not really be anything here. Which doesn't really make sense. It's literally just a field. It's just a field. There's nothing here. But yeah, so I find that to be pretty strange. I mean, why would they have, like, these random places? This really makes no sense at all. It's, like, all squibbly. Yeah, and this is owned by Belgium. Look, this is Belgium, but there's, like, a Dutch flag as well. But yeah, like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, look, it even says, you are in Barley Hertog. And you're basically in Belgium, but this is land inside the Netherlands, which I find that to be strange. It's like, why is there, like, Belgian land in here? There's, like, for example... Wait, I think, yeah, we saw this place already. But yeah, there's just more of these, like, random locations, which kind of doesn't really make sense. And then if we go down here, this is the Belgian and German border. And, yeah, there's a lot of, like, kind of weird stuff here as well. So the border, like, seems to be normal. There's so many roads in Europe, like, so many. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah. But yeah, so this area still looks okay. Eiffel Barn. Capella a cappella. What the fuck? Yeah, there's some... Yeah, I don't know what, like, where... I think it's... Yeah, it's right here. Right here. This is, like, a strange area. Like, so here you're in Belgium. You go here, it even says Deutschland, so, like, you're in Germany if you go in here, right? This is Germany. But, here's what I don't understand. If you go here, there's two borders. So you're in Germany here, which is a German exclave. Then you go in here, you're now, I guess, in Belgium. And then you go here, and now you're in Germany again. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, what about Luxembourg? Does Luxembourg have any exclaves? Not that I know of. France, I mean, we've covered France. France has a lot of border exclaves. Or, like, sorry, not... I meant to say, like, a lot of islands are, like... Well, yeah, there actually are some exclaves, like the ones in South America that we saw. Well, there was, like, one. Oh, yeah, this is weird. Like, for example, right here, there's some sort of another location. So there's a piece of Spain inside France, which is strange. I know Spain has its own places, like Morocco, for example. There's actually, like, a piece of Spain in here. This is Spain. Like, look at this. If you go to Ceuta, it even says this is Spain. You see, this is Spain. There's a Spanish flag. But it's technically in Morocco, though. That's strange. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, interesting places. I don't know about what Portugal has, but... Yeah. Let's see the rest of Europe. I mean, I don't really know. Greece has a lot of islands. But I don't really know if there's anything else, really, in Europe. Like, Norway definitely owns a lot of land. You know, like Svalbard and stuff like that. But besides that, I don't really see too many exclaves. Wait, hold on. This one is kind of weird. There's a Russian exclave. But, like, I know the story of this place. This is called Kaliningrad. And this actually used to be called Königsburg a long time ago. And this was actually German. This was a part of the German Empire. Like, you know, like Prussia. And Prussia, like, it was a really big territory. The German Empire was really huge, and it reached all the way to Kaliningrad and even Klaipėda in, like, Lithuania. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. But then it became part of the Russian Federation. Another border exclave that I find weird is in, like, Belarus. If you go over here, there's a Russian exclave in here. This is called Sankovo Medvezhe. And yeah, and this is the area here. Maybe like a military base in here, but it's part of, like, the Bryansk Oblast. And yeah, not sure if Ukraine really has anything here. I know Russia recognizes Crimea as part of Russia, but the whole world doesn't. But yeah, I don't know. But I know some weird borders here, for example. Like Armenia, for example. Like, there's a lot of, like, Azerbaijani land. See, this is Azerbaijan. And if you go here, there's also Azerbaijan. But yeah, it's really weird. Like, Armenia has a lot of these, you know. Like, yeah, Armenia has, like, land from Azerbaijan. But then if you actually go to Azerbaijan, there's also weird land. There's Armenian land inside Azerbaijan, which I don't even really know if there's even... I mean, there's definitely a lot of roads here. But yeah, it's kind of strange. It's a pretty big area too. But yeah, there's a lot of strange places here. Like even Azerbaijan has like Armenian land. But yeah, what about Cyprus? I've always been curious. Yeah, Cyprus is just one island, doesn't seem to have any land. At least I don't think so. No, it does, it does. It has the United Kingdom. The UK is in Cyprus. That's really interesting. I actually never knew that. But yeah, and it's weird because Turkey borders Azerbaijan, because if you go here, this is Turkish land. But right when you go here, you're now in Azerbaijan. But this is like another Azerbaijan exclave, and to get to this part of Azerbaijan, you have to go through Armenia or Iran or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of strange. And then Kyrgyzstan has some weird places, like we're in Kyrgyzstan. You can see there's also like Uzbek land, like Uzbekistan. And yeah, it's really strange. Uzbekistan has a lot of territories in, you know, like... Oh, wait, this is even Tajikistan as well. A piece of Tajikistan inside Kyrgyzstan. But yeah, this is interesting. What about Japan? I don't know if Japan really has anything. But yeah, guys, I guess that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just found some interesting places. Oh, I forgot to mention right before I end the video, this belongs to France. This is actually like, you know, French land right off the coast of Canada where like Newfoundland is. And yeah, and to those of you guys curious, Vinland, where the Vikings settled, it was actually based on... It was like somewhere in this area in Newfoundland. It was actually in Canada, but they called it Vinland. And it's actually like this piece of France is actually like close to like where Vinland would be, which is really cool. But yeah, but I guess that concludes it. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. And yeah, take care. I might make more of these geography videos because I love geography. But yeah, until next time, take care, guys. Bye.